Gender is something that we love to have, and wish we had more of, and perhaps less of. But the firefighter recognition ceremony for firefighter Michael Blatchley, and I'm not going to say anything further, but let Chief Ron introduce the comments tonight, and I think you all know why we're here.
Thank you, Mr. Brennan. Let me put my eyes on. First Selectman Brennan, Board of Selectmen, Fire Commissioners, local Vice President Kevin, help me out there. Thank you, Sonicky. I always call him Sonicky, my mistake. Fellow town employees, friends, family, members of the press, and fellow firefighters. As a fire chief, I live for moments like this. To be able to honor one of your own is truly an honor within itself. Tonight we honor the life-saving efforts of one of Wilton's bravest, firefighter Michael Blatchley. For without his quick action, skills, and abilities, this incident would have had a much different outcome. Firefighter Blatchley, front and center. Come on up, Mike. You can clap, it's all right. Before we go on about Mike, I think it would be fitting to ask Brian McDermott to step up. And Brian, if you want to bring your family, by all means. No, huh? You should have brought a bowl of ice cream with you or something. It would have worked. I'll speak for Mike for 1 second, saying he's probably a little embarrassed to be standing here right now. We practically had to order him to come. He, like the rest of the firefighters, is a humble guy, believing he simply did his job that day and what he was trained for. Does that kind of capture it?
Yep, that captured it.
Would you want to add something?
I think there's 24 other guys in this fire department who have done the exact same thing. I couldn't ask to work with a better bunch of officers and fellow firefighters, and the people I work with here at Local 2233.
Okay, great. And I think everybody feels the same, Mike. Thank you. In fact, Michael's act that day represents the good work of our firefighters and what they do every single day here in Wilton, most of which you never see or hear about. Michael is simply the one who got caught doing something good. I'd like to read a letter of commendation. Let it be known to all that on July 12, 2014, Wilton firefighter Michael Blatchley did save the life of a citizen of the town. Firefighter Blatchley, along with Lieutenant Greg Kiddick, were assigned to a special detail to Staff Engine Company 3 for the Wilton Town Fair on July 12th. Their job that day was to interact with the public, hand out fire prevention literature, and answer questions residents may have regarding how to better protect their families and perhaps their businesses. At approximately 3:45 p.m., as the fair wound down, one of our CERT members working at the fair gravely injured himself. As he quickly realized the extent of his injuries, he ran toward Engine 3 for help, and upon arrival was starting to lose consciousness. The two fire department members working immediately saw that, in fact, he had cut an artery on his arm, and they took quick action to stop the bleeding. As the lieutenant coordinated an EMS response, firefighter Blatchley pinched off the artery and applied pressure to the wound. For fear of a worsening condition, firefighter Blatchley held his position all the way to Norwalk Hospital, where they transferred the patient to an advanced medical care team. 3 days later, the CERT member, Brian McDermott, walked into fire headquarters and thanked firefighter Blatchley for saving his life. This letter of commendation is issued on the recommendation of Lieutenant Greg Kiddick, and so on behalf of Lieutenant Kiddick, the members of the Wilton Fire Department, and the Wilton Fire Commission, let this letter become part of firefighter Blatchley's permanent service record, whereas he acted on that date within the highest ideals and traditions of the fire service. Congratulations, Michael.
Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming. How's your arm?
100%.
100%? Okay, we're lucky.
And thank you for being sir.
Really good. Thank you. Okay, great. Thank you very much, Ron. Thank